Yes, hi! Hey, Drop into Wellness. I am hanging out here with Amanda and we are going to show you, I'm going to do a little demo on how easy it is to use the Raindrop collection oils to do energy balancing and the Vita Flex technique. So if you guys don't have the Raindrop collection yet, it's fantastic. Everybody should have it. It was my gateway into Young Living, and it comes with 9 cleansing and detoxifying oils that help balance all the systems of your body. They work with emotions and on the physical level, and I highly, highly recommend that you have this collection. It's very easy to use, and you can use the oils however you like, but I'm going to show you the Vita Flex technique and the energy balancing. So the first oil that we're going to use is Valor, which comes in your starter kit, but you get another one when you get the Raindrop collection. The energy balancing technique, Gary Young talked about it being a way to start out any time that you're going to be doing any kind of hands-on healing with anybody. So I just put about 4 drops of Valor into my palm. I'm just going to rub it around, and I'm going to put my right hand on Amanda's right foot and my left hand on her left foot. And I'm literally just holding her in this position. And this is something that, you know, I have her on a massage table, but you don't have to have a table like this. You could have somebody on the floor and you could be sitting cross-legged, or you could have them on bed and you could be kneeling at the end of the bed, or however, you know, get creative. You do not have to be a therapist of any type to do energy balancing. And the other way that you could do energy balancing is by placing your hand on someone's shoulders. So Valor, the name Valor means courage and strength. And Valor oil was created by Gary Young as a blend to help balance the energy in the body. And so when we're doing this energy balancing on other people, you're tuning into their energy. And oftentimes when people first lay down or when you start to do this, their energy feels a little bit chaotic. And the longer that you hold here in this position with your hands securely at the bottom, you know, on the soles of their feet or on their shoulders, you notice them starting to drop into a more relaxed state on the energetic level. And even if you're not feeling anything in particular on your end, or you don't know what you're supposed to feel, just know that they are starting to experience a deeper state of relaxation and calmness just by being held in this position. So the nickname for Valor is also chiropractor in a bottle. And this oil blend is great for aligning the energies along the spine as well. So it's used along the spine in the Raindrop technique. And I just love to rub it on the bottom of my feet in the morning and in the evenings, just to help me feel calm and balanced. So you could hold this position for up to 5 minutes. Amanda, how are you feeling?
I'm happy.
Do you notice anything what do you notice just by being held in this?
Definitely
position?
when you started talking about being relaxed, I was like, oh, I am getting more relaxed.
Yeah. So I feel on my end just a softening throughout, not just like softening on the bottom of her feet, but her whole energy feels softer. And it's just a fun thing to be able to do this for a loved one so in your life. So you could do it with your kids, you could do it with a spouse or a friend or family member, just placing Valor on your hands and holding them right hand to right foot, left hand to left foot. Super easy. And then as you come off, be mindful that they are in a very relaxed state and bring your hands away slowly, because it could be kind of a shock if you just took your hands away really fast, because now they're all super relaxed. So that is the energy balancing technique. And with the Raindrop technique, it starts off, Vita Flex is the first part of the Raindrop technique. And you usually add between 1 and 3 drops of whichever oil you're going to use. We're going to use 8 of the 9 oils, starting with Valor. You add a drop, so we start with the right foot in Vita Flex, and you add a drop to your left hand. You dip your fingertips of your right hand in the oil, and then I'm just going to hold her foot. And I don't know if Andrea, if you want to show, our camera girl Andrea wants to show what this looks like up a little closer. So what I'm doing is the Vita Flex technique, and what that is you take your fingertips and you anchor in. You can do it anywhere on the body, but we're doing it along the spinal reflex points on her feet. This is the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, and this is like the brain and the head. And so I'm going to anchor my fingertips down here by the bottom of her spine, her lower back. And I'm going to roll my fingertips over to the tip and then over to the nail and back. And what that does is it's working with the nerve pathways. And essential oils are electrical in nature, and this is working with the electrical system of the body. And so you would do, I've done more than 3 passes, but you do it 3 times with each oil, and you come off all the way to the big toe. And it's definitely something that will take a little bit of practice. So now that I'm switching to her left foot, you just go back and forth with each oil. I'm gonna put a drop in my right hand and dip my left fingertips into that Valor oil, like into the little well of Valor oil there. And I'm just supporting her left foot, and then I'm going to do that same technique where I roll. I'm using firm pressure. I roll over to my fingertips, over to the nail and back. And then after you get the hang of it, you can do it a little bit faster. And you can practice on your own feet. You could practice on your own arm. Vita Flex means vitality through the reflexes, and it can be practiced all over the body, and it was brought to the US in the 1920s by Stanley Burroughs, and it's just really effective used by itself or with other healing modalities. And so it's pretty repetitive. You just go through each oil. I'm going to go through all the oils I'm going to use next after Valor is oregano, and oregano oil is wonderful for cleansing the receptor sites on the cells, so that they can communicate better with each other. It's also great for the immune system, and it's wonderful for the respiratory system. A lot of us use oregano to stay healthy during the winter months. And so we just do 3 passes with that oregano oil. And after a while, the person who is receiving, again, reaches a deeper level of relaxation as they have this Vita Flex done on them. And I just encourage you guys to play around with these oils. Even if you were to get the Raindrop collection and you were to just layer the oils by rubbing them on the soles of your feet without doing the Vita Flex, you would still receive the benefits of the oils. It's just a special treat to experience this and then to be able to do this with other people because of that synergistic effect of the Vita Flex working with the electrical system of the body and the oils. It's really special. And let us know if you have any questions. Whoever you got your oils from will definitely be here to help you answer any questions. So the next oil we use is thyme, and I'm just getting a drop of thyme oil. Thyme is also, like the oregano oil, really helpful for cleansing the receptor sites on the cells. It's also great for the digestive system, the immune system, and the respiratory system. Thyme oil is actually in one of the Thieves toothpastes. I think the Dentarome Ultra has a little bit of thyme oil in it. It's great for oral health as well. And these oils smell really strong. It smells like an Italian restaurant in here right now, right? Like some pizza. But these are vitality oils too. So you can add thyme oil in very small amounts, like a toothpick dip, to pasta sauce, if you're cooking, like, make your own tomato sauce, or if you just want to enhance the flavor of things. So, these oils are used as vitality as well, or put in a capsule and taken with carrier oil to support the immune system. But used on the soles of the feet along these spinal reflex points with the Vita Flex technique is also just a really wonderful way to get the oils into your system, because even though we're putting them on topically, they're being absorbed into the entire body. Next is basil, and basil oil works with muscles. So basil oil works wonderfully for applying topically on sore muscles, so on joints, but specifically muscles. So it's a great one to use for massage or any type of soreness. A lot of people use basil, it's in the oil and grain. It's also in clarity, so it's a great oil for the brain and for the head, and any kind of people use it for headaches or pressure in their head. The raindrop technique specifically was designed by Gary Young to not only balance the systems of the body, but all of these oils are working with different systems of the body. So we're starting to work deeper into the body with each oil. I'll talk about the properties of the other oils as we get there. So I'm still just doing 3 passes of this Vita Flex technique up the spinal reflex points on Amanda's feet here. How are you feeling, Amanda?
Great. Just definitely relax.
Yeah, it's very, very relaxing to receive this, and you can do it on yourself, but it always feels better when somebody else does it. So wintergreen oil is next. Wintergreen oil is great for bones and joints. So the basil was for the smooth muscle, and then the wintergreen oil is for the bones and joints. You can think about that anytime you have anything going on with bones and joints. Think wintergreen oil. It is also in Panaway, right? In a lot of the blends and different products that Young Living has to support. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. To support joint health or bone health. Supplements, pain cream, Agile Ease, the supplement that's for joints, has wintergreen in it. And some of these oils are considered hot oils, which means they can irritate the skin a little bit without carrier. Typically, the raindrop technique is done without carrier oil. The Vita Flex technique on the feet is nice because the skin on the bottom of the feet is less sensitive, and usually people can tolerate having the oils neat or without carrier oil. But if somebody were to complain of a sensitivity, usually it's going to be on the top of their feet. If just from touching their feet, you could apply a little bit of V6. And sometimes I apply V6 on my hands because my skin can get sensitive. There was a point in time where I was doing raindrop sessions multiple times a day, multiple times a week, and my hands would get sensitive because these oils are so strong. So I just use some V6 before I get started. So now we are on to marjoram. And marjoram works with the smooth muscle. So the smooth muscle or the involuntary muscles that surround your organs. So we're working deeper into the body, different systems of the body. Marjoram is also called the oil of happiness or the oil of gladness. I love that. I think marjoram smells really good. It's a calming oil and it's great for sleep. So it's a good one to diffuse at night or put on the soles of your feet at night. So when you get this collection, the raindrop collection is always a better way to get oils is always in a collection because it's less expensive than when you buy the oils individually. But you can use them in this style for the Vita Flex and for the raindrop, but you can also use them in your diffuser, and you can use them just on the soles of your feet at night or in different ways that you read about in our groups and in the books. So moving on to cypress. And cypress oil it's amazing for the emotion anger. But cypress oil is also wonderful for circulation, blood vessels, and just getting circulation going. So it's a wonderful oil to bring with you when you travel, especially if you're flying on an airplane. A lot of times people tend to get like swelling in their ankles or their feet just from being up in the air and adjusting to the altitude and sitting for a long time and all of that. So you can bring cypress oil with you when you travel and rub your feet with it before or after you fly, or even just anytime you're going to be sitting. It smells so good in here. And after a while, after practicing this Vita Flex technique, you'll notice that it becomes kind of second nature. It might look a little tricky at first, and it's a little tricky to learn right at first. Feels foreign, but after a while it'll be very easy for you, so I invite you just to try it. So I'm on to the last oil that I'm going to be using on her feet, which is peppermint. And the reason peppermint oil is used at the end, it's because it drives all of the other oils in deeper. It is a cooling oil, and all the other oils that were layered ahead of this are now being pushed in deeper by the peppermint oil. And it kind of has that icy hot feeling. So sometimes, most of the time, all of these oils are best used with carrier if they're used anywhere else on the body but the soles of the feet. And if you were going to be doing this with a kid, you would use carrier oil just because their little bodies are more sensitive. Peppermint oil is great for digestion, regulating body temperature, cooling, lots of things. Now, she is in a very deep state of relaxation, and I'm going to come back to that energy balancing position where I'm just putting my right hand on the sole of her right foot and my left hand on the sole of her left foot, and I'm just going to hold her here. And I wanted to mention that Vita Flex works so well with our bodies because our skin is piezoelectric, which means it responds to pressure. So when you're doing that technique, when you apply that pressure in that specific way where you put the fingertip and then you roll over the nails and snap back, it's working with that electrical system and that piezoelectric quality of our skin. And it helps bring balance anywhere that there might have been like a little short circuit in the body or something that wasn't communicating properly. It helps just bring balance back to that electrical system. So this is a really powerful and simple technique that you can use at home on your family or on your friends, on your kids. And I hope that you guys can try this because I don't know if you can tell, but Amanda is in a very deep state of relaxation, and that didn't take very long. And this is going to continue to work with her body and her mind and her emotions and her spiritual state over the next couple days and even over maybe the next week. So anytime that you use that many oils at one time, you want to drink a lot of water because they are extremely cleansing and detoxifying. So she's going to drink a lot of water today and tomorrow, and she can report back on how she feels, but I bet she'll feel amazing. So thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful and that you learned something new and that you can get your raindrop oils and give that a try. Have a good day. Bye.